Hey guys, what's up? This is John at photoboothtraining.com. Just wanted to say, hey, I hope everyone's doing well. Hoping you guys are being safe and healthy. And I figured we have some downtime, so let's invest in our websites, our brands, so when things start picking back up again, we can really hit the ground running. We've implemented instant booking into our sites for a few of our photo booth brands, and it has significantly increased sales and helped us to book more jobs. And even through this process, we've it's been a lot quieter and slower as far as like the events we're doing currently, but we are still booking a lot for the future. And I wanted to share with you my site, a couple of other sites that I can kind of show you different ideas and walk you through some things that maybe you can implement into your site and do yourself to hopefully increase conversions, right? So that's the goal. Is there's little things, little adjustments and tweaks that you could be making to your site to hopefully increase the percentage rate for people to convert, right? So that's the goal. You want your site to convert high percentages of people. So when 100 people go, how many of those are actually going to book a job with you? So the higher you get that number, the better chances you can be. And that takes time, right? It takes a lot of A/B testing. It takes a lot of looking at the data through analytics, and just getting a feel for your business and brand and just being close to making changes to it. So let me just jump right in and show you what we have going, and hopefully some of this is helpful, and love to hear your comments. So as I'm doing this, like type in stuff. I'll be responding as I can to your messages, and I want to know questions. So if you do have questions, put it in the comments, and I'll do my best to make sure we're keeping up with that as you're watching this. And then yeah, so just let us know what you think. So first off, this is one of our brands. It's called Photog Booth. You're welcome to check out that site, get a feel for that. But it's a very basic looking site, right? There's nothing super fancy about it. It's your typical theme site. And the main thing I wanted to show you was that it's responsive, right? Because everything with the algorithm and Google updates is looking for sites to be mobile ready. And I know this is like, duh, like doesn't everyone know that by now? But there are so many boothers and sites out there that still have these like flash-based websites. They don't move when or respond when you move it around and stuff. And I would encourage you like start looking into getting a theme, getting on a site that has the ability to do that. And as you're designing it, look for designs that focus on mobile first. So if I just make a screen small like this, or I look at it on my actual phone, I scroll through it. You want to be thoughtful of placement of like, is the messaging that you're wanting to communicate right up there, and then can they do that next action you want them to do, and does it just flow in the order that you want it to flow in? And a lot of times when you move through a site on the phone, it just looks terrible or looks so different. So just be thoughtful of that, because more people now are searching through mobile devices than ever before, and they're booking through their phone. So if you don't have a way for them to book you through your site from their phone, then you're potentially missing out on a lot of opportunities. So I think it's helpful to analyze your site, analyze other sites, get a feel for what people are doing. But at the end of the day, you have to do you. So you have to figure out why your brand does things and add those things into your site. You don't just want to copy things from other people, because there's reasons why people do it, and you want everything to kind of work together for your goals and what you're trying to accomplish. Hopefully you can use this as inspiration. Our main goal is to get them to book an event with us, right? So I at least think that a page that has a goal like 4 to 5 times should be enough to get them to do the decision you want them to do. So for me, that would be pricing. So that's a decision maker. I'm wanting them to go check out our pricing. I'm wanting them to book. So all of these things are goals toward booking. So I have 2 pages kind of dedicated to that, and then I have packages dedicated to that. I have a blue button that goes right to our packages. Then I have all 3 of our packages, so you can click any of these. So all of these are making the same decision, right? It's going from curiosity to, okay, what's the price, to then let's make a decision. And as they scroll down, you're seeing another one that's saying packages. And then I have some smaller things that really just show off like features or subtle things. And then at the very bottom, I have another option for context. So the goal of my homepage, or the goal of your homepage, should be, how do I get this person to book us? But maybe one thing less than that is, how do I just get them to click on something that can take them to that next step? So you want to think of this like the customer journey, right? This is your lead management journey. So you're spending a lot of money on marketing, or through campaigns, through word of mouth, through doing different things at events. So the person that actually gets to your site, you've paid money essentially for that person to be there. So you want to convert it, right? You want that conversion to take place. And so it's your job to look at everyone who comes on your site. Like, it could be 100 people a month, it could be 1,000 people a month. You want to look at every person that visits your site as a potential client, a potential customer who could hire you. They could hire you immediately, or they can hire you in a week, or they can come back in 6 months and hire you. Either way, you want to provide so many opportunities for that. So that first thing, I think, when they hit your homepage or your landing page, whatever it is, you want to get them to make a click. So what Google does is, if someone comes to your site and then they're like, that wasn't what I was looking for, and they click the back button, that's like bouncing away. It's going back. So that tells the algorithm, like, this site isn't fulfilling the purpose of the query or the person searching for it. So when they analyze that data, they're like, okay, this site's not doing a good job. So if you can get them to click on something, which means take me further into your site, show me a package, show me a little more, then Google is like, okay, they're doing something right. So I feel like if you can get your homepage to pique interest but not provide the answer, that is, well, it's psychology, because it's an open loop. So when people, you provide some bit of curiosity, it could be like something that's interesting that catches their eye, they're interested, but they don't have the full answer on what they're looking at. That is going to engage them for a very long time. So the longer you keep that loop open for, the longer engagement you'll have with them. So we don't keep it open very long. We close it pretty fast. So when you actually click on the next page, we show our pricing. So some of your sites and some of your brands do not show pricing. And that's okay. We used to do that for years, where we would hide our pricing because we were just still trying to figure it out. And then we just got to a point where it was like, it's better for us to just answer everything up front and just put it all out there. And for us, this works for our reasons. So what I would encourage you to do is do what you need to do based on the brand you're building. Don't just mimic our process, because there's a lot I'm not telling you, or I'm not sharing or showing in this video, that gives us reason why this process works well for us, right? So any idea that you get from someone, make sure it's yours, because I've done things in the past where I just like, oh, I'll take that. And then you don't actually do things for the real reason of why you're doing it, and it doesn't work, right? It's taking something out of context. So you always want to make sure, like, when you make decisions for your site, like putting a price up there, not putting a price up there, make sure it fits within your entire strategy of how you're trying to close the deal for this client. You could be a mom and pop shop, a boutique place. You could have this customer intimacy approach to what you do, where you want to answer the call and you want it to be you, and then you want to show up at the event. That's your brand. You can totally do that. For us, it's more of a numbers game, and we do a lot of post sales after our events. So we do front end lower pricing, and we do some other things on the back end to make up for that. So that's just our strategy, and everyone's is different. So you have to kind of consider that. But pricing is really important. Make sure you understand where you need to position yourself in the market based on the type of services you're offering to your client, as well as who your client is and what your market or your area demands. So, like, if you do a competitive analysis of your area and you're realizing, oh, okay, they are super cheap, then you're met with a decision to either try to compete with those prices or try to just do something different, and people will see the value in that and pay a higher number for that. But it is helpful to know who in your area is charging and what they're charging. And so if you do reach out to people to figure that out, I would encourage you to just be upfront, like look at sites that are showing it online so you can gauge ideas, but then don't submit forms on people's sites to get fake leads, to get insider info. Is not going to help you at all, and it's just going to frustrate you, and it's going to frustrate the other person because they're like, another fake lead. Like it's just annoying. So do other types of research to kind of gauge. Even talk to boothers, network with other people if you need to get a good feel, an idea of what you need to be charging. But enough about the price. All that to say, just do your thing, figure out what you guys need to do and how you guys need to structure things. But anyways, my point being is I take them to our packages. So I purposefully have our packaging structured in 3 different ways where it's not like laid out for you on the page, right? So I don't want them comparing package 1, 2, and 3 and seeing it side by side like a menu, because I don't want them analyzing like, oh, it's just these 4 that's not in this package, right? Because if they saw them side by side, they would be making different buying decisions. Whereas what my strategy is I want them to be like, yeah, I'm having a classy event. It's a black tie thing. I love these photos. This works. What does it include? Okay, great. Book it. So that's the decision I want them to make. I do not want the person booking for the mere sake of figuring out what's the best, like what does that cost, and oh, that one's missing the 4x6 prints, then oh yeah, then I definitely want that one. Like I don't want them making decisions like that, and I don't want them comparing my packages. So I purposefully make this difficult, right? And that's okay. That's another form of psychology with pricing and structuring things. If you had a 3 package setup where you're trying to push them to the middle or something like that, then there's different ways of showing it on one page. It's totally okay to do that too. But I have them separate for a reason, and so basically they'll come to a package page. They'll see the price. They'll see what's offered in it. They'll see briefly like little add-ons they can get if they want to do it. But the main thing is booking now. So we integrated this booking now feature through CheckCherry. I'll put a link in the notes that you can go to. It's affiliate link, so like if you click it and buy it, like it helps support us. So I would appreciate that, but you do not have to get that. And this is not what this is for. This is mainly to show you guys a system that works amazingly well and we've seen great increase in our bookings and conversions. So so this is like an embeddable feature that they have, and it ties into your brand. So you can customize your site and get it exactly how you want it to look, and then just put in these little embeddable features. This one's a calendar, so you can click on a date, and it tells you if you're available or not available, and you can change all the little language within here. And then right from here, they can choose book now. And it's so it's going off of this package because I put this calendar on this page, and that just takes them through the booking process through CheckJerry, through the system, and it is so simple. Like, even the steps that take you from here to booking are very fast. It's almost like and it's responsive too, so you can see it all, book it all, but it's just like very little, right? Even how it's like, okay, yeah, I could put in my first name, my last name, my phone number, and hit next. That's very easy for people to do. If you see like this really long form with this big, huge contract, it's just another opportunity for someone to opt out. And what's also cool is as they're putting in their information, let's say they book it, like, or they don't book it, something stops them through the process. They get halfway through it, they'll get hit up with an automated email that will just be a quick reminder like, hey, I noticed you stopped halfway through the process. Do you have any questions? And you can do multiple follow-up automated emails within the system. And that, again, just like increases your chance of getting the job, right? So once we figured out how to get that to work, we were just like, yes, this is it. This is so awesome. We can actually follow up with people and potentially get a booking without having to talk on the phone, without having to send emails. Perfect. It was so great. So that's just one feature. The other feature is like you can put these buttons in there. You can embed backdrops on your page where someone can just like be looking at a backdrop, click it, and book. There's even a page that we have it like this where it is actually laid out in the packages form, and this is under their system, so you choose a package and then it takes you to the next one. So you can offer this for your photography services, photo booth, DJ, whatever you're doing, event industry related. Automated booking is fully set up through CheckJerry, which is huge. So just to give you an idea, the first time we added this, I think we had 3 bookings and then a 4th on the next day. And we were like, oh my god! And we didn't even like talk on the phone with them. We just made it very accessible through our site to book us online, and we provided all the answers they needed. Right. So if you're not providing pricing, I would say like it is a bit more challenging because they're going to have to fill out a form. You're going to have to contact them back. But if you do kind of put your pricing, even if it's simple pricing, it's a great option to consider. So we added this to our site. We love it. It's really great. Let's see here. So we just have our packaging structure set up this way. Take you to the next page. So this next step in the process is FAQ. So or usually if they have a question, they're clicking on it. If they're still not sold yet, they want to see features. They're finding other ways to kind of navigate through your site. FAQ, I think, is important page to have just so you answer all the questions people are asking. We try to keep everything out there. FAQ pages are really important to answer the obvious questions, right? You can do certain things like not, just like leave certain things off your FAQ page so you don't bring up certain conversations, or you can get them to ask you over the phone if that's your goal. So for us, our goal is no phone number on the homepage, right? We used to have a phone number in the top right corner. Now I think we just have one on our homepage, but like at the bottom, it's not just an obvious footer link to call us. It's kind of, you just have to dig to kind of see it and find it, and their email's there. So if people contact us, they do it through that way, or they do it by Googling us, finding our information somewhere else. But our goal with this site is to answer all their questions, see all the pricing, and just make a booking decision. That's what we want. We do some sales after the process of landing them, even after the event itself. So our main thing is really just how can we just lock in their date and make that as simple as possible. So we have an FAQ page that's rather simple, just kind of explains the common questions that people are looking for so they don't have to waste our time, right? So the beauty of this whole instant booking, book now feature is if this is a side hustle for you, if it's you have a full-time job and you don't have time to, take calls instantly for people, then we suggest do an instant booking feature because it's gonna kind of bridge that gap for you. They say that if someone calls you and you don't respond, or if someone goes through the process of filling out a form, so like let's say this is our old way of doing it. We used to this used to be our contact page at the top. Someone would fill that out and then they would wait for us to respond back with them for availability. And that's the main thing, right? They want to know pricing and they want to know availability. And so through our FAQ process and even through our site, we start off with saying that like you can book your date instantly by following these steps. Choose a booth package, check your date availability, book it instantly online. So we try to make that process all visible online so they know, okay, this person's available, there's a booth here, I can book this. Like there's this urgency, right? So you have to kind of put yourself in the shoes of the customer and what they're trying to accomplish and stuff. So if someone's Googling, and we'll just use incognito mode to show you our area, photo booth rental, and your city is typically how people search. Sometimes they search city, then photo booth rental, but usually the buying word for US based brands is rental. I think UK might be higher or something like that, but anyways, so our site comes up position one, at least right now, through Google Organic. And if you guys, comment below if you guys want to know more, learn more about SEO and how to do this yourself. It's a topic that we have spent years and years studying, and we're happy to kind of share that with you. So, but just to give you an idea, someone's searching online, right? They're looking to rent a booth. They're not sure where they're found. What they're doing typically is they're clicking a site. If you don't capture them here, or let's say you do, let's say you did a good job of navigating them to your contact page, and they're like, okay, I like this company, I like the booths they offer, I like the photos, price seems decent, let me see if they're available, and then they send this off. What happens, right? So they'll probably go to their Gmail account, they'll refresh it, they'll wait to see if you send anything back, but chances are they're like, let me just go back, and they're like, click, 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 and they open up multiple tabs. Or what's even worse is if like, not that this is a bad thing, but if they get into like a big site like the Knot, Groupon, Yelp, they're gonna be on that platform because this platform is giving them like tons of options, and if and basically this will just consume them. They won't go back to Google. They'll be like, oh, I could probably find my answer here to what I'm looking for. So your goal, this is why I think instant booking is so valuable, is what you're doing is you're eliminating the competition. So by offering an option for them to book instantly, you're stopping them in that emotional buying decision to make a decision for you, which I think then keeps them from wasting any more time, right? Because you have this opportunity where someone is like, let's just say a bride, right? The mindset of a bride is she's at work, she's got her lunch time, she takes a break, she's looking, she knows she needs to book an event, and she's done a few little searches on Instagram, or maybe she's taking the time to go on Google, but she's got maybe 15 minutes to like make a decision sometimes, and she can come back to it, do it at night, but oftentimes it's that loop, right? People want to close that loop. They want to figure out and finalize the process so they can check it off their list so they could go back to their lives. So by you providing answers, right? So by us closing that loop on showing the price, that right there, okay, let me that price works for me. I can make that in, whether it's 500, 1,000, 1,500, who cares what it is? You're answering their question right up front. And if you're able to show the value of it, that makes it even easier for them to make a financial decision. So they're like, okay, I made that decision in my mind. That's fine. I don't care as long as I can book this thing. Can I book this thing? And they want closure that their date's available. So having the ability to just be like, okay, is the second open? Yes, they are. Okay, how many booths? Okay, they have like one booth available for this. Okay, let me just book it now. It's only like $100. It's only $200, $250. Who cares? As long as I know my date's reserved and I can secure this company, I can do it real quick, get it over with, and think about it later. So that's the value in just taking a deposit and being able to just say, yeah, we'll reserve the date quickly. So the quicker you can do that for people, the faster. So I found that instant booking is that. It's the best of both worlds because we don't have to get back to an answering machine and take a call or call people back. And then, usually if you call people back, you've missed it. You've missed that opportunity where you're now calling them at a time that's just not as convenient for them. And they're like, oh, yeah, I remember, thank you, yeah. Okay, can you email me that? It's kind of like, okay, now you're no longer a priority on their list. You're just kind of an afterthought. And not only that, but because you went 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes without contacting them, they now have like 10 or 15 other leads in their inbox and you're buried, right? You're hidden, you're buried. So now the only way for you to stand out from that is to retarget them or follow up with them through email so you can just kind of show your face again, or just keep hitting them up like crazy until they finally get back into that urgent mode again. So that's all I'm trying to say is this is a really valuable thing. I think you guys can take advantage of it. And there's so many different ways to set this up. You don't have to do it through this program. You can do it just creatively by different ways of just collecting deposits through existing systems that you have. So let me just show you real quick how the process works. So this is the back end that we have. But when someone's like ready to make a decision, they click, let's do this. I'll just put in their name. So I'll do fake lead, phone number, continue. Right here, they can set their date. So their date's already selected for them because they chose it through the calendar. Usually that's how it works. They can choose their start time, but it also says like start time and end times can be adjusted later. They're not having to make full commitments up front on what they want to do. And you can even remove some of these options, which I think is genius because it just makes the booking process even easier. They don't have to commit up front to everything. What's even great is they let you choose a backdrop. So if you do want to just like get this over with early, which I think people want to do this, right? Sometimes I've had other pricing setups where people don't want to commit, or we just say, oh, you can add your backdrop later, don't worry. But sometimes people want to know they're getting their backdrop in the buying process. So that's what I love about this is not only can they say choose a backdrop later, but they can pick their backdrop from here, and this is set up with your inventory. So if you only own one sequin backdrop, one silver sequin luxe backdrop, whatever you want to call it, that becomes that client's, and it gets removed from your inventory. If you have two of them, then it will show up here. So this is great, and these are even embeddable on your website, so you can put a page on your site that shows people your backdrops, and if they just choose it, it takes them right into your booking process, which I think is genius. So we have upsells or add-ons for backdrops where people can pay more for premium backdrops, and then we have like our free ones that are just kind of included. So if I'm just like, I don't really know, I'll choose later. That's an option too. So I think it's like the best of both worlds, because some people are like, I'm not sure yet. I know I want to reserve you, but I've got to check with a few more people before I do. So that's one way to do it. So then it's really simple. So you just I'll just put in a couple random info. And that's the other thing. They want to know like you're available for this venue. So having the ability through the booking process to do that is really great. And I love that it hides things because you don't know what's next. And I think there's some psychology to make that process easier and easier. So you can have add-ons too, which I suggest if you're just starting out, don't do extras or add-ons. Save that for later. Sometimes when people see add-ons, then they're like, oh, then my price is going to be more, and they just want to know that the price on the site is the price they're going to end with, and if they need more time, they can add or whatever. I try to stay away from add-ons. The only one I have is a corporate thing, because corporate clients cost a lot more. So, but usually corporate clients aren't booking through this process. Corporate clients, they want proposals, which I'll show you in a minute how to do one of those. But for us, it's they'll skip over this. So they'll just hit continue, and they'll see all their details. They can add in a promo code if you offer it, which we are offering one now, which I would suggest do this. Like, we have one, we're calling it Flatten the Curve, and it's a promo code just like $100 off, and it could help. Right now people are unsure what's happening, so throwing something out there like that into your system just to kind of spike up the bookings while things are slow, I think is a great way. And I love that they can just manually add that coupon code, and that's marketing 101, right? When you get a coupon code, you know it's going to expire, it's online, and you see it. If you knew you were going to book something, like, you're like, oh, let me go use that. Like, there's this open loop thing. People feel the need to like use something, take advantage of something before it closes and goes away. So you're capitalizing on urgency and helping people to push forward in the buying process. And then that's pretty much it. So they get their overview, they see like what they're gonna pay in total for their deposit, what the event total is, and it's as simple as that. They put in their card. This is all through Stripe. Put in their card, their date, and they hit reserve. And I even think, oh, okay. So what I love is it puts your contract into a terms and conditions page, which after you make the payment thing, I think then it's a click sign. So it's a very fast, like, you just kind of type out your name, puts it into a signature, then you've signed the contract. It just makes the signing process very simple. So as soon as that happens, they're booked. They're in the system. The booth then the date gets removed, right? If you just had one booth, that date becomes blocked off. It's all automated. They get the emails. You get the emails. It's done. Then they have this profile. So let me see if I can show you a profile page. So this is a profile page. This is what you get to see, but then the client also has a site too that they get to see what they booked, when the next payment's happening, the forms they need to fill out, all that good stuff. So this page has the ability for you to choose a backdrop. So if you like somehow get it from them over the phone, you can always add their backdrop. You could change their backdrop for them, which I love. You can even send them print designs. So if you want to get approvals on print designs, we don't do that. We just have our templates and we just say, give us the name, and we swap it. But if you have like a corporate client or someone who you want to impress, like, you can send them revisions to get revisions on templates, screen changes, basically anything custom at your event. They can approve it through this system, which makes it really awesome. And then right from here, so this is probably my favorite feature, because we had to use team management, like Calendly, like we had to use 3 different softwares just to do one thing the way we needed it. With this, you can assign a staff. So I can hit up my team on Slack and just say, hey, who wants this date? If someone picks it up, they take it. Or if you have a flow, a process where you just assign people, I can just click on who I want, hit assign staff. The people who have availability for those dates will show up. The people who don't won't show up. So amazing. And then they have access. So they'll get an email as soon as that happens that says, hey, you're booked for this event. Tell us if you can't make it for whatever reason, but this is your job. And so they can accept or deny it. We have the ability at any point to change it. We can add more attendance to it. I mean, it's really awesome. We can even add notes. So you can add like private and public notes. So if you want your client to see who like certain things you're saying, you can that'll show up on their page. But if you just want to communicate things to your attendant, you can do it through the notes section. This is all like responsive too, so they can check it on their phone. And then what I love too is, let me remove this guy before I forget. So the attendants have the ability to, let's see, user accounts. They have the ability to change their dates. So like this guy's date, like he only can work Saturday and Sunday, so we know to book him in here. But if they want to take time off, they can totally do that. They have access to do that. And so we know which dates we can book them for and which dates we can't book them for. Really, really like huge game changer for us. This is one of our, aside from the instant booking, this is our second favorite thing, to just be able to just assign that and stuff. So really cool. So the last thing I want to show you is just a proposal, what that looks like. So if you're actually sending out a proposal, so typically for our clients who aren't just DIY brides or planners kind of booking weddings for their clients or whatever it is, corporate clients, they want to talk to us. They do want to communicate. They want custom proposals. And when we receive those, then we'll send out things for them specifically. So some of your corporate clients, just so you know, if you have a lot of those, they do want to talk to you, and they want like an actual proposal from you. So what I would say is when you receive those clients, then what you can do is create proposals. So let me just show you what one of those looks like. So you can do a custom client. So I'll do corporate client name. I'll choose the date for them, time. And so you're kind of manually doing this process for them, and you've collected the data through a form or whatever. I'll keep the date open, so you can keep the date open for them, or reserve the date. Because sometimes for these people, like you give them your word, you said, okay, like I don't want an instant booking to like take that job from you, so it kind of secures it till they book it. Or you can just kind of leave the proposal open until a specific date, and then it closes. You can choose your package if you have existing packages. Some of those can be public or hidden, and you don't have to add in pricing unless something unique is happening. So this could be like let's say this is a planner you're working with. Put the client's name in. What's neat about this is, so if you put the date or the location of the venue in, I really like this feature. I'll show you why. So, and then here you can add in your notes again. So what's neat is from here you can create your proposal or create and then just add another. So if you have to do multiple ones, like I know that sometimes when you're adding to a new system like this, it's helpful to just add one event after the next, and this will just keep letting you flood your events into the system. But what I'll do is I'll create this event. I'll show you what the event looks like on the client's end. So this is your end. This is what you see. If you have to update or change anything, you can adjust it. You can show the client who the staff is too. I don't have it set up that way because I don't care to know that, but for some of you, that might be valuable to have for them to see like, oh, these two people are going to be there, and you can give them their contact info. So if they need to communicate, they can communicate, and you don't have to mess with it. So that yeah, it shows all their information. You can choose their backdrop for them. You can do. Let's just show you what I do for corporate clients is we have like this corporate bundle. And then I'll choose, let's say they chose a custom step and repeat. I'll add that as well. Sorry, internet is going slow. All right, so I got this event set up exactly how the client wants it. Then I'll just hit preview, and this is what they get, which I love. It's like this custom landing page. You can change the background photo if it's something else you want to show or display, but all of this is responsive. It has all their details, and this, how cool is this? So they can see the venue or the map of where their venue is going to be, which I think for a destination management agent or a planner or someone just to see this and know, oh yeah, that's where my venue's going to be perfect. It's just like, it feels custom, right? It feels like, whoa, this is tailored for me and this is what I wanted in it. It's much more sellable than just like a form or a sheet or go fill this out or get back to me. And so this feels like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted. I talked to the person on the phone or I filled out that form, perfect. And they can just accept the proposal, they can print it, and then this is how easy it is. This is it. It's like, to book this, it's just that. You type your name to sign, you put the card number in, done. And they get the automated emails, you get the other ones. They do just the click sign thing, and it's done. That's how simple it is. And at any of these, whether it's instant booking or the proposal that goes out, they get hit up. So if I back out of this, again, they get communication that says, hey, I noticed you stopped booking. Do you need any help? Stuff like that. And then a lot of times we get emails back that are like, yeah, sorry, I just had a question about this. And they were like, oh yeah, that's included too. And then they end up booking it. So that's kind of neat. So last thing, guys, and we'll be done. I just want to show you one more site that we have. So this is set up with the Salsa booth. I'll put a link for that as well to PBSCO. They have this incredible iPad booth. But basically, we did the same concept for another brand where we just wanted to show you what the instant booking process looks like for just an easy site. So if you do, if you set this up like this, you can have similar like feel toward booking sites instantly online. So it's the same process, just a different brand, right? So this brand is made really to be a mobile site. This is what this theme is for, and we sell this booth based off of the experience, right? So our other brand, people are buying more so for, trying to go back, they're buying it because like picture quality, right? What we show them here is the end product of what they're going to get from their event. So when people buy this, they usually are buying it for this purpose, not so much like, what does the machine look like and what is it going to feel like at my event. When people come here, they're buying it more so because they want to buy the experience. Does that make sense? So so people will go through the same process here and a similar flow, right? It's communicating why we're different, what we do, but then showing you like the booth, showing them how to book, and every single page takes them to the booking process, right? That's the goal, is get them to book and hopefully not have a conversation. If they know when they want to do it, they'll do it. And so you can put in their name and info, hit continue, and it just goes through the same process. It just looks differently. So you can customize these to fit different brands, whatever brand you have. And it just kind of, I love it because it just kind of fits right into to your existing site. So for this one, we take them through their package, their pricing, and what's cool about this model is there's no other options, right? It's not A, B, C. It's just here's our pricing, here's our package. There's add-ons, but that comes deeper in the process. Right now, we want you to make one decision, right? And that I think that there's so much value in this because it's for the person who just knows they want this kind of booth. They're just like, yeah, that makes sense. Let's book that. That is perfect. And we're just piloting this. So these prices, everything, this is just all on testing. We're beta testing different things all the time just to see what the market responds to and what they don't. But it's a similar process. It's the booth, it's the pricing, it's the FAQ if they have the questions, a book now button, maybe some backdrops, and yeah, they could contact us as well if they need to. So yeah, that's the process we have. And what I love about PBSCO or at least the Salsa booth is they provide you with all of these photos. So when you get one of these boosts, you're also getting the free marketing, which is extremely valuable. So to be able to have this content, to plug it into a site and to be up and running really quickly is extremely beneficial. So yeah, we've been just testing this brand out for another company, and really just playing around with combining the instant booking feature into here and then testing different things constantly. So if you need more inspiration, check this site out. I'll put the link in there as well. But just to give you an idea of how you can kind of start tweaking your sites and helping your sites convert better than how they might be doing it currently. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'd love to answer questions if I can. I'll be around here for a bit, so keep them coming in, and yeah, let me know what you guys think, or if you want more videos like this, or you want to learn about SEO, Instagram, anything like that, just hit me up. Like, we always want to create live courses, and I know we have a couple next week through Zoom that we're doing. It's a live Instagram marketing class for just like a round table of 5 or 6 of us, and we're just kind of going through some teaching on that topic. But yeah, we're everyone's quarantined, so let's take advantage of this opportunity to learn and to grow together. But it's a pleasure to meet you guys again, and hopefully we can do more of these. Thanks again. See you guys.